This is 13 Action News. Good Morning Las Vegas.
Right now in Good Morning Las Vegas, former President George H.W. Bush has passed away at the age of 94. The condolences pouring in from all over the world for an American hero. An imposter tries to kidnap a baby. Well, now that infant's parents are speaking to us for the first time. Good Morning Las Vegas, I'm Tom George.
And I'm meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. It is chilly.
It is chilly. We were just talking in the last hour how some radio stations aren't doing that song anymore, Baby It's Cold Outside. But
we've been humming it.
If we've been humming it, it's also pretty accurate for what's going on, though. It is pretty cold.
the 1st of December.
It is hard
so
to believe.
So it should feel this way.
It should, but
yes.
I kind of don't want it to, but
I know.
I guess it's happening.
You're not alone. There's a big group of you, I know. So let's have a coffee this morning. Warm it up. Here it is, our wake-up weather. Sun comes up at 6:33, temperature 47 degrees. Clouds will be around throughout the day today, 49 degrees around 8 a.m. As we move in through the 10 o'clock hour, 51 degrees at that time. And I'm calling it unsettled today because we have a cold front that's moving through the area. Look how beautiful it is outside this morning. Here's a look from our Mandalay Bay camera. There are the clouds out there as the sun gets ready to come up. Current temperature 43 degrees. A light wind right now, 5 miles per hour. The wind will pick up as we move through the day today, and that's going to be the cold front pushing through, bringing in some cooler air to our region. Here's a look at the wind tracker to let you know when the wind will pick up and what it will do. As we move through the morning, just a light wind, no big deal. As we move through the afternoon, double digits, maybe 20 miles per hour as we head through the latter half of the afternoon. Then as we move through the evening, the wind should start to die down and temperatures will really bottom out as we move through the night tonight. High temperature today, 59 degrees, low temperature tonight, 39. Then as we move through the upcoming week, there is a storm that will move through Las Vegas. I will detail that storm on Thursday for you, let you know maybe if there's a chance of rain for the valley. That's all coming up within the hour. Tom?
Yeah, grab that coffee. Thanks, Gina. Well, the 41st President of the United States, George Herbert Walker Bush, has died. He passed away in Houston at the age of 94. Kristen Holmes takes a look back at his life and his legacy.
George Herbert Walker Bush was born in Milton, Massachusetts on June 12, 1924, the son of a future U.S. Senator. He married Barbara Pierce and they had 6 children. 2 would follow his footsteps into public life.
I, George Walker Bush, do solemnly swear.
After earning a degree at Yale, the elder Bush moved his family to Texas, where he made a fortune in the oil business. There, his budding interest in Republican politics blossomed. Bush ran against Ronald Reagan in the 1980 GOP primaries. Reagan believed the Texas oilman could help him win over the party's moderates and named him as his running mate. He was Reagan's heir apparent in 1988.
I want a kinder and gentler nation, like 1,000 points of light in a broad and peaceful sky. So help me God.
As the nation's 41st president, Bush's focus returned to international affairs. He presided over the collapse of communism in the former Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War. It was a life that brought George Herbert Walker Bush back to the White House in 2011 to receive the nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Those of you who know him, this is a gentleman, inspiring citizens to become points of light in service to others.
At his beloved wife Barbara's funeral, President Bush posed for a photo with other surviving former presidents. But his dignity and resolve shine through, part of a graceful final act in a life of public service.
I do not fear what is ahead, for our problems are large, but our heart is larger.
He'll definitely be missed, and the passing of President Bush is, of course, affecting people here locally as well. Sig Rogich, a popular Valley businessman and consultant, spent years as George Bush Sr.'s assistant, but he became more like family. 13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels spoke with him last night.
They worked together on the grandest of stages. Sig Rogich and George H.W. Bush forged a lifelong bond at the White House.
He was a splendid man, and I'm just blessed to be part of his extended family.
Rogich served as senior assistant to President George H.W. Bush from 1989 to 1992 and oftentimes accompanied the president on key trips around the world.
I had a chance to travel with him to close to 50 countries in all 50 states and probably, 200 or 300 cities and towns in the world.
The pair remained friends as the years passed, even exchanging jokes just days ago. Rogich says even as his longtime friend's health began to fade, he still kept his sense of humor.
He has this phony rating committee that he heads up, And in the course of it, he read my joke and he gave it a 4 out of a 10. And then, and then I wrote back and said, well, you don't understand sophisticated humor.
Rogich says it was an honor and a privilege to serve at the president's side, and it's his leadership and character he respects and will miss most.
But I can't think of anyone I admired more in my life, anyone I loved anymore in my life, in public office per se, than George Bush.
Joe Bartels, 13 Action News.
Yeah, true American icon. And President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump also sending their condolences to the Bush family. In a statement released on Twitter, the Trumps say, quote, "Our hearts ache with this loss, and we, along with the American people, send our prayers to the entire Bush family as we honor the life and legacy of 41.
It's just confusing to me. Like, somebody had to give her that information. There's no way she would have been able to get it by herself.
Well, this is pretty alarming. Where did a CPS imposter get the information police say she used in fake documents in an attempt to kidnap an infant? The answer will probably surprise you. 13 Action News reporter Brian Callahan spoke with that baby's parents, and this story may have you taking a closer look at your social media.
At like 1:30, I was like, hey, where are you? I've been waiting on you. If you're not interested, just let me know. And she was like, well, I'm at the bank.
Cassandra Dean says she was supposed to meet Joanna Boyd Monday afternoon to sell her baby items. But as Dean was sending that message and waiting for a response, Metro says their officers were with Boyd, who was planning to kidnap Dean's 3-week-old daughter, posing as a CPS worker with forged documents. Police later showing up to tell the family of the plan.
When they said that, my heart hit my big toe and jumped back up.
Metro says Boyd called officers to the area near Craig and Las Vegas Boulevard, presenting a fake court order and other documents to remove the child from the home. Officers had concerns about those documents as well as other inconsistencies, like the fact they say Boyd did not have the proper ID and was not driving a county vehicle like CPS workers routinely do.
It's really nerve-wracking to think that this woman was able to get a hold of court documents and take our information and put it on there.
The Deans say officers told them the documents contained information about them, even though their only conversations were about the baby items.
She had our birthdays, my daughter's birthday. She had your apartment number and everything, like down to the T.
The couple said they keep their Facebook pages very private, and Cassandra never gave out her apartment number. While it's unclear where all of the information could have come from, 13 Action News was able to show the couple a surprising place where Cassandra's birthday was posted publicly.
Right there.
Right there on the sonogram.
Yep. She must have been really stalking.
While the family is still trying to figure out where Boyd may have found the other information, they are planning to be in court Tuesday when Boyd is expected to make her next appearance. Brian Callahan, 13 Action News.
Well, a man is in custody after police say he carjacked a person at gunpoint. It all started in Henderson, but the man reportedly led officers on a pursuit all the way into North Las Vegas. This happened yesterday afternoon near Eastern and Serene, the suspect getting to North Las Vegas Boulevard and Nelson Avenue. A viewer sent us this video showing police setting up their perimeter in that area. North Las Vegas police say that suspect resisted arrest and was then bitten by one of their canine officers.
So everyone's making phone calls, to their loved ones or whatever, just in case.
A nightmare in the air forces a plane headed to Florida to turn back around and land at McCarran. More than 160 people were on board the Frontier Air flight, terrified and not knowing what was going on. During takeoff, passengers say they saw the engine out the window was exposed, so they called the flight attendants for help. You can hear the tension as the pilots radio in.
Okay, we need to declare emergency back to the airport.
And do you want to get in right away, or do you need to?
No, we want to get in right away.
That flight landed safely after about 15 minutes, and the airline worked to reroute passengers. They were also given a refund plus a $500 voucher for future travel and a free breakfast. Glad they're okay. Well, more images are coming in of the damage caused by a massive earthquake in Alaska. The 7.0 magnitude quake struck Anchorage around 9 a.m. Las Vegas time yesterday. The roads gave way, swallowing up vehicles, and debris was tossed around inside buildings. Meantime, new video showing the moments that shaking took place. Check this out. You can see people running for cover inside their homes, and outside, cars and buildings were swaying.
Very loud when it came, and very clear that this was something bigger than what we normally experience. And we live in earthquake country, so folks here are used to small tremblers, but this was a big one.
Pretty scary. Unfortunately, there are no deaths reported and only minor injuries, but the roads in and out of the city are badly damaged. Good morning, everyone. We've got road closures here in our valley this weekend. Coming up, we'll show you exactly where they are and when they're set to start.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Gina Cancelleri, and we have some clouds out there this morning. Here's a look from the Mandalay Bay camera, the look from the Valley View camera. The clouds are going to stick around today, all thanks to a cold front moving through. I'll tell you what that's going to do to our weather coming up after the break.
All right, well, they're nicknamed the Sexy Porch Pirates, women going door to door wearing provocative clothing and stealing packages.
Oh, come on.
They've hit at least 5 Texas homes over the last several days. Some of those package heists caught on video. Police now trying to track them down.
I never heard the term porch pirate until I started doing the news with you.
Yeah, it's a big problem here in Vegas, though. A lot of people
I understand that, but I didn't know that was their name. Now
Yeah.
I know what to call them. That's a
There's-
pretty interesting story there.
Doesn't it? Women, anybody can do it. Porch pirates.
Anybody can do it. Up for
everybody.
grabs.
Yeah, up for grabs. Just free reign, I guess.
All right, let's talk weather. Here we go. I am excited about what I have to talk about here. Here it is from the Mandalay Bay and Valley View cameras. The sun is coming up. Official sunrise 6:33 on December the 1st, Saturday. That is today. It is going to feel like December as we move through the next couple of days together. For today, clouds will be around, as you just saw. Beautiful. As we move through the day, it will be unsettled today. There is a cold front moving through, and you'll notice it when it moves through. The wind will pick up. Nothing extreme, nothing severe. We're talking about 15 to 20 mile per hour sustained wind. So what will that do for our day? Well, it's going to keep the clouds around. Summerlin high temperature 55 degrees, cooler than yesterday, thanks to this cold front moving through. Centennial Hills 59 degrees, winds sustained out of the south about 12 miles per hour. Aliante, same thing, 59 degrees for high temperature today, and that is average for this time of year. So we are very seasonable right now. 58 degrees for Las Vegas, North Las Vegas high temperature. Same thing for Sunrise Manor and Nellis Air Force Base with a few clouds around, in and out throughout the day. A nice mix. Rhodes Ranch 56 for high temperature today. Spring Valley 57 and Mountains Edge slightly warmer at 58 degrees. Then as we look over to Green Valley, 58 degrees as well. Anthem and Southern Highlands 60 degrees for high temperatures today. Again, this is where we should be for the 1st of November. Boulder City 60 degrees for high temperature with winds sustained around 13 miles per hour out of the south. Henderson 60 degrees expected for a high temperature today, and Lake Mead, nice day there, 63 degrees for a high. So as I said, those numbers are where we should be for this time of year. Now take a look at what happens over the next couple of days. We dip down. We get down to the low 50s as we head into Monday. Then we start to rebound a little bit as we move into the middle of the week. Temperatures will be a big story thanks to this cold front and then another system moving through, which you'll see popping up on this map momentarily. But for the day today, breezy, 59 degrees for high temperature, cool tonight, 39 degrees for the overnight low. As we move into Sunday, even cooler, 54 degrees for high temperature. Monday, the coolest day on the board, 52 degrees with a decent amount of sunshine. As we move into Tuesday and Wednesday, more clouds moving in, getting a little warmer in advance of a storm that's coming on Thursday. Rain is likely here. Mountain snow is likely, and the wind will pick up too. 56 degrees for high temperature on your Thursday, 58 degrees for high temperature on your Friday. Overall, though, today and the weekend looking really nice. Tom?
Yeah, definitely feeling like December. And if you're getting into the holiday activities, a local event, Christmas for Teens, is happening this morning, and some road closures for that event already in effect. 13 Action News reporter Nina Porciuncula gives us a look at the roads that you'll need to avoid.
As we look ahead into the weekend, we have a number of road closures because of events happening in and around downtown. So first off, we have a portion of Colorado Avenue closed between Casino Center Boulevard and 3rd Street starting on Friday 6 p.m. until Saturday at 6 p.m. And this is because of the Christmas 14s happening out there. Also happening this Saturday, we have the Las Vegas Great Santa Run running from 7 a.m. to noon. We have a closure downtown. So to make it easier for you to remember which area to avoid, Fremont Street, 9th Street, Hoover Avenue, Las Vegas Boulevard, anything within this area, you should avoid it unless, of course, if you're running for the Santa Run, guys.
All right, thanks, Nina. And yeah, winter's getting real. Check this out. This week's storm bringing some fresh powder to Lee Canyon ahead of their big winter opening. As of yesterday, already 9 inches of snow at just the base area, and at the top of the chairlift, a foot of snow, with some more chances for snow in the forecast to come. The resort aiming to open for the season December 7th. Purchasing online tickets for skiing, snowboarding, or tubing, highly recommended so you can take advantage of those online savings and avoid sold-out dates. All right, well, an update now to a story we've been following for months. A downtown neighborhood park will not reopen this weekend as planned. The city says Hunt Ridge Circle Park, which was closed about a couple months ago, may be closed through March. And soon they're adding rocks under trees in other areas to make improvements to the space.
The city's not going to say, hey, this is designed to keep the homeless people out, but that's what they're doing.
Now, since the park has been closed, neighbors say crime has been down. In a statement, Councilman Bob Coffin says, quote, "The long-term future of the park depends on our ability to service the homeless population and find new places for them to live." Well, straight ahead, our reporting driving change, how the nation's capital is taking on abuse by caretakers. Darcy Spears investigates. You're watching Good Morning Las Vegas. We'll be right back on your Saturday morning. Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, our reporting is driving change to protect people from serious crimes. 13 Investigates has revealed exploitation of our most vulnerable citizens in a years-long special report on horrific abuse in the guardianship system. Chief Investigator Darcy Spears follows the story as it goes to our nation's capital.
They defame your family. They do that in case after case after case.
When Julie Belshie lost her mom and dad, and her parents lost everything they had, we told their story and set off an unprecedented movement against corruption in Nevada's guardianship system.
I thought Nazi Germany was done in 1946. I didn't know it still existed in America.
April Parks, the woman who exploited the Norths and countless others, sits behind bars awaiting sentencing. And those who picked up the pieces of broken lives to keep the same from happening to others are hoping our reforms set a nationwide standard.
Guardianship abuse hit many in Nevada. It destroyed the lives of countless individuals, depriving them of their liberty, their right to see their family, and their assets.
Our investigation into theft and exploitation is leading to major reform in how we care for the vulnerable. This week, Barbara Buckley with Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada took Nevada's experience to the Senate Special Committee on Aging. She talked of the crimes committed against elderly and disabled adults in Nevada, all under court approval.
Guardians were being appointed without notice, often when there was no real need for a guardian. The court bypassed family members to appoint professional guardians or others who proceeded to loot the estate and then isolate the individual from their loved ones.
Many of the victims told us they felt the system was rigged against families. To this day, the Nevada judges who gave approval to corrupt guardians have not been held accountable, a nationwide concern highlighted by Senator Richard Blumenthal from Connecticut.
But these judges are essentially beyond any oversight. And very often, they have their own fiefdoms, literally, their own private kingdoms. They make a ton of money.
Buckley told the senators about 3 key areas of reform in Nevada's guardianship system that were implemented in the wake of our investigation, like the right to have an attorney.
The goal of council is to ensure that the least restrictive alternative to guardianship is the first thing examined, so as to maximize the independence and legal rights of those who are facing guardianship, to provide a voice in court proceedings for those who want to contest a guardianship, either because it's unnecessary or because the guardian is abusing their power.
The second piece of reform is creating a Bill of Rights for protected persons that would end the previous lack of consideration for those under guardianship, ensuring dignity, respect, and making sure visitors are not restricted.
In Nevada, like many other places, there seems to be almost a callous indifference about the rights of the individual under guardianship, where their opinion didn't really matter.
The third plank, which is key to ongoing protection and a direct result of our investigation, is the creation of the Guardianship Compliance Office to provide auditing and investigative services to district courts.
They may locate a protected person who is not where they are supposed to be. They may report on the appropriateness of the guardian and the care and treatment.
The Senate just released a report called Ensuring Trust about the effort to overhaul guardianship. We have the link to that and the entire guardianship hearing on KTNV.com. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.
Good investigation. Thanks, Darcy. Well, good morning, Las Vegas. We're following the wildfires as people are on edge throughout California. Still ahead, a closer look at what some are describing as the worst case scenario. Plus, a football player's lies revealed after shocking footage is released. What we're learning about this incident. We'll be right back.
Now, live from Las Vegas, this is 13 Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Right now on Good Morning Las Vegas, it's right here in the Valley, a rare look inside the room that Metro says could be a game changer when it comes to keeping you and your family safe. And making our kids feel safe at school right here in the Valley, why administrators say a growing number of students are worried to walk the halls and what they're doing to give them peace of mind. Good morning, Las Vegas. I'm Tom George. Hard to believe it's already the first day of December. We want to start off with 13 First Alert meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. It's really feeling like it too, huh?
Yes, it is. And if it doesn't feel like December to you yet, just wait until we move into the week. It's going to get cooler. Here's a look outside right now from our Valley View camera. There you can see a few clouds out there. Clouds are going to come in and out throughout the day today. You will have some around and then they'll go away and then they'll come back. So there will be a mix of sun and clouds. In fact, right now we have some clouds being reported at Las Vegas. 43 degrees is the current temperature. Also, Summerlin reporting some clouds at this hour, 42 degrees for you right now. And we will warm up as we move through the day, but current numbers are sitting in the low 40s with one exception. Centennial Hills, 37 degrees right now. So here's a look at your forecast as we move through the day today. As I said, there will be some clouds in and out throughout. 44 degrees at 7 a.m. as we move into the 10 o'clock hour, into the 50s, topping out the day not even at 60 degrees. High temperature today in the upper 50s. I'll let you know how cool we'll get tonight and the next couple of days. There is a chance for rain. I'll let you know when that'll happen coming up. Tom?
Well, new this morning, the Nevada Highway Patrol has put up what it's calling its life-saving tree. Right now, the tree is pretty bare. The goal is to keep it that way. It'll only be decorated when a graveyard trooper arrests an impaired driver and saves a life from being the potential victim of a DUI driver. Each Christmas ball decoration will represent an impaired driver who was arrested. Last year's tree had more than 100 of those Christmas decorations. NHP says the ultimate goal here is to achieve 0 fatalities. It's a really cool idea. Well, now to a 13 Action News update on the Las Vegas native missing after going hiking in Colorado. It's now been a week since Air Force cadet candidate Micah Tice, a Las Vegas native, was last heard from before embarking on a hike in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. High winds and wintry conditions up there have limited their search efforts, but now his mom and his brother are on the ground in Colorado, and they're looking for more experienced hikers and members of the military to try and help with that search.
And so it's extremely critical that we continue to put forth all resources, all efforts available to us.
Yeah, they're certainly keeping up hope there, and there have also been a few breaks in the case. Some hikers that were out on the trail reported seeing Tice out there last Saturday. They also say he was carrying gear with him. That's also helped rescue crews narrow down their search. Well, the Justice Department is giving nearly $17 million to help support 1 October victims and first responders. Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker says they can't undo the damage, but they can provide money to help Las Vegas heal. That money is awarded to the Anti-Terrorism and the Emergency Assistance Program. It'll supplement a $31 million compensation fund that was collected and spent by the Nevada Office for Victims of Crime. Well, solving crime faster than ever before, Las Vegas police are on the cutting edge of some of the newest technology. It's all coming together in a special unit that we rarely get to see. 13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels went deep inside Metro's Intelligence Nerve Center.
Well, let's take you inside the Fusion Watch Center. It's really an incredible hub of information, technologies, and cameras, and it's really looked upon as the future of policing.
He bum rushed into the apartment, drew a gun, took her purse and her phone from her.
It looks like something out of a crime show drama.
Mary 47, 329 Adams.
But this is real life.
Is she pressing charges on these crimes?
These are officers and civilian specialists
that focus on combating crime from behind a keyboard.
No guns or tasers, instead cameras and technology. Lieutenant Dory Corin says his technical operations section is solving crimes and giving police on the streets a real-world advantage in this virtual setting. A network of dozens of high-definition public safety cameras, shot spotter sensors that can listen and detect the location of gunfire around the valley, facial recognition software, automated license plate reader databases. It all comes together inside Metro's Fusion Watch Center.
This is a perfect example of integrating a variety of different technologies to combat crime in real time.
Case in point, earlier this year, a camera operator spots that white car that's been reported stolen. Moments later, a second car pulls right next to it. Then the driver starts rummaging through the stolen car. Within minutes, police are dispatched and take 2 suspects into custody. Turns out both cars were stolen. Cameras also catching this brutal attack on the Strip. Watch as a woman is punched in the face on a pedestrian bridge. Police say before the crime could even be called in, officers were quickly sent to the location to make an arrest and tend to the woman's injuries. And then there's this. Watch this SUV that's been sitting for a long time at a Las Vegas gas station. The plate comes back as stolen. The driver takes off, and from there the chase is on. Watch as the driver hops out, but the SUV keeps going. Camera operators get on the police radio and warn the officer in the foot chase the SUV is headed dangerously close to him. Lieutenant Corin says it's an example of their virtual teamwork.
We've used this technology to identify 2 robbery series suspects. In one of them, there was 13 incidents that happened, and those incidents continue to happen without any kind of repercussions for the suspects because we had no other leads until we deployed facial recognition.
The specialized unit is using facial recognition software that can compare suspected criminals to previous mugshots for matches in a limited database.
This is the future of policing. And we are one of the most advanced in the country.
The department has access to RTC bus cameras to monitor crime in real time. Lieutenant Corin says despite the ability to see things like never before, privacy is paramount.
So for the average citizen who's not involved in any kind of criminal activity that may get video recorded at one point or another, that data never gets stored or saved beyond our normal retention period.
Corin says as new technologies emerge, the department carefully reviews any possible privacy issues as it balances rights to privacy while catching criminals. Joe Bartels, 13 Action News.
Well, what are schools doing to keep our students safe? Parents, of course, all worry about the well-being of their children when they get dropped off, right? But this morning, our Raising the Bar series continues. Sierra Vista High School is doing things a little differently. After the first bell rings, the gates are locked, and the staff sees everyone who approaches the school through their cameras. School officials say parents and students have been demanding more security.
It's heartbreaking. The reason you get into this business to begin with as a teacher is to educate, but also to make students feel supported and safe and secure. And it's as a father, as a principal, as an educator, it's heartbreaking when a kid says that to you.
Now, administrators say if it makes students feel safer, that extra security is well worth it. And we need your help to raise the bar on education. If you have a story idea, just send us an email to raisingthebar@ktnv.com. and be sure to include your name and your phone number. Well, about 32,000 kids forced from their homes during the Camp Fire will go back to school on Monday. The fire in Northern California is contained now, but it has burned down a lot of the schools there. So kids will be taking classes in some different places. Some will go to schools in neighboring towns, and others will take their classes online. And it's the worst case scenario in parts of California, mud flowing into homes where those wildfires burned everything. One man barely got out of the way before that mud barged into his home. Crews have been rescuing people who got trapped. People across Northern California are under flood warnings and watches. Evacuations have been lifted in Southern California, but leaders were worried about possible floods and mudslides there too. Well, Kansas City Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt is apologizing. A video obtained by TMZ Sports shows the NFL star pushing and kicking a woman in a Cleveland hotel. Now, this happened back in February. TMZ reports police were called to the scene, but no arrests were made. The woman told police Hunt kicked her out of his room because she refused to hook up with one of the men in his entourage. The Kansas City Chiefs released Hunt last night. They say he lied to the team when they asked him about the incident directly. Team officials say when this video came out, so did the truth. Well, a chilling confession from the Colorado father who pleaded for the return of his pregnant wife and daughters, even though police say he had already killed them. Chris Watts first saying it was his wife who killed their daughters, and then he killed her out of rage.
double shimmy.
Now, investigators say that was a lie. Watts pleaded guilty to all 3 murders. He was sentenced to life in prison last week. Good morning, everyone. Well, coming up, is it too good to be true? The cold remedy that could have you reaching for the top shelf.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Gina Cancelleri. We have a day today that will feature some clouds moving in and out and cooler temperatures. High temperature today barely reaching 60 degrees. It feels like December because it is. I have a change in the forecast, though. That's in your 7-day coming up after the break. How about a unique home remedy to getting rid of a cold? Try drinking a little whiskey.
Hey, there you go.
Specifically, yes, the classic hot toddy. I was just reading this recipe the other day. A doctor with Vanderbilt University says the alcohol dilates blood vessels, and that makes it easier for your mucous membranes to deal with the infection. But keep in mind, always in moderation, friends, because too much alcohol will, of course, do anything but make you feel better.
I like that idea. Hey, if you need an excuse for some doctor's orders, the doctor said it's okay, right? Well, all right, well, wine's more your pleasure, right? Well, you're going to like this next one. Today, the first day of December, and that means you can get a start to your Advent calendar, even if you're an adult. In fact, there are many Advent calendars out there just for adults, from mini wine bottles to cans of beer, even wheels of cheese. Retail experts say it's a fun way for all of us to embrace our inner child.
I'm all for it.
I'm all for that, too.
Let's celebrate.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Yes.
Well, a new survey indicates more people may be turning sour on the idea of buying gifts at all. It shows nearly 7 out of 10 Americans say they'd be okay with skipping gifts this year if their friends and family were on board with the plan. 60% of the people surveyed, get this, said they would actually spend more time with friends and family if they didn't have to worry about gifts.
I am not in that 60%. I like doing this. It's stressful, but I like it.
It is stressful, yeah, but I'm surprised, like 7 out of 10. So, I mean, if the rest of the family agrees to it, I guess like everybody's going to look around and be like, wait, you don't want to do this either?
Yeah,
you know?
I'm a little confused. That's not my family. At least it better not be.
No, because I want gifts too. You know, that's part of the fun.
Of course he does.
Yes, and you have the gift of weather today too.
The gift of weather.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yes.
I have a gift to share with everyone almost every day, thanks to my meteorological skills. Here it is from our Mandalay Bay camera, a live look outside as the sun just rose not that long ago. 6:33 was the time. Look at how beautiful. 43 degrees is the current temperature. Wind speed 5 miles per hour. The wind will increase as we move through the day today. We have a cold front that's going to push through and change our weather. Not dramatically, but it will feel like December. Here's what we expect to see around the region for high temperatures today. Average high temperature this time of year, 59 degrees. And really, that's kind of what we're expecting today. Yesterday was warmer. Today will be on target thanks to a cold front moving through. Mountains Edge, 58 degrees. Red Rock, 51 for high temperature today with a wind sticking around throughout the day, picking up in the afternoon. Southern Highlands, wind expected to be around 20 miles per hour as we head into the afternoon thanks to the cold front pushing through. All right, North Las Vegas, high temperature 58 degrees for Aliante. Whitney, 62 degrees and 59 degrees expected for a high temperature in Centennial Hills today. Elsewhere, everybody just about the same, upper 50s to low 60s with that wind sustained around 15 to 20 miles per hour. That's for today. We're going to have clouds coming in and out as well. This is a look at the futurecast. All of the wet weather associated with the cold front is staying well off to the valley's north. So we are not going to see wet weather today in the valley. We are staying dry, but you will have a wind out there. You will have some clouds from time to time. Here's a look as we move into Tuesday. Clouds sticking around as well. Clouds will stick around as we move into Monday too and Sunday. Then as we head into Wednesday, the clouds start to thicken up as we have another weather system approaching the valley. This one will bring rain on Thursday and mountain snow. This right now is Wednesday, 5 o'clock, shows the storm moving in a little quicker than I suspect it will. I think the storm is going to get here on Thursday and we will have the rain on Thursday. So here's a look at Thursday itself. Thursday morning, pink indicating some snow and higher elevations, the green indicating rain, most likely everywhere in the valley as we move through the day on Thursday. Just as we had last week, same story coming up this week, all thanks to another weather system sticking around. We are in an unsettled weather pattern, as you can sort of guess with all the changes that have been happening lately. All right, here's a look at the allergy forecast for the next couple of days. Ragweed, sagebrush, and elm are out there, but in low to moderate levels. All right, here it is. Your 7-day planner paints the whole picture for you. Breezy today and cooler. High temperature 59 degrees. Even cooler for tomorrow with 54 for a high temperature. Even cooler on Monday, 52 for a high temperature. Then as we move into Wednesday, clouds getting thicker. Storms likely as we head into Thursday with a high temperature that day, 56 degrees. It'll be wet and it'll be windy. Then everything should clear out by Friday with a high temperature 58 degrees. Tom?
Sounds good. Thanks, Gina. Well, we will be right back on Good Morning Las Vegas. But first, let's head on up to New York for a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
Hey, good morning. Coming up on GMA, we are remembering George H.W. Bush, the nation learning overnight of his passing. He was a family man and a public servant. This morning, we take a look back at the moments that defined his presidency and shaped this country. The life and the legacy of America's 41st president ahead. Also, we're covering the breaking news out of Anchorage, Alaska. That city reeling after a powerful earthquake, the recovery and the aftershocks that lie ahead, and how the president, the current president, is responding. It's all coming up on GMA on a very busy Saturday morning. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back. Well, Las Vegas home prices are expected to keep on rising next year. Home listing site Realtor.com predicts that housing prices will rise another 8% in 2019. Now, that would be the second fastest in the nation next to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Southern Nevada's housing market accelerated in this past year. The report predicts buying a home will be an even more expensive undertaking in the new year as borrowing costs and those home prices continue to climb. Well, New York's Attorney General is investigating the massive Marriott data breach. It could impact as many as 500 million people who stayed at Starwood hotels since 2014. Now, you'll be notified by email if you are a victim. Hackers have information like credit card numbers, addresses, phone numbers, passport numbers, and birthdays. The company says hackers have had access since 2014. Well, more blood pressure drugs are coming off the market over cancer concerns. Teva Pharmaceuticals recalled 2 drugs voluntarily. The issue again is an impurity that could cause cancer. This recall impacts combination tablets of amlodipine and valsartan. If you're taking those drugs, don't stop until you talk with your doctor. And don't forget, Contact 13's Call for Action is ready to help you with any consumer problems. Just contact one of our volunteers any weekday between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Our hotline number for you is 702-368-2255. Well, we will be right back with a final check of your First Alert forecast. You're watching 13 Action News, where you get breaking news fast and first. Stay with us.
Okay, right now we have a break in the clouds, but the clouds are going to come back. It's all thanks to a cold front moving through and cooling us down. Today will be cooler than we were yesterday. Here's a look at the average high temperatures we are expecting for today around the valley in the low 60s, upper 50s. Here's your 7-day planner and the next best chance we have for wet weather, Tom. It's happening on Thursday. A storm is likely. I think we're all going to see rain.
Yeah, break out those jackets. Definitely feeling like December. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here at 8.